Good morning, wrestling fans, and welcome to PWR Today. It's Wednesday morning, April 20th. It's 4:20. And the man they call Meathead, Linda K. Good morning, Linda. I hope you're having a very high morning.
Yes, I didn't realize it was such a joyous occasion.
I know,
today.
normally I would say that right before. And you know what? As I said the date, I'm like, wait a minute, it's 4:20.
Well, I must say it's great to speak with you. It's been a couple days.
It's been a few days. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties Monday morning. We got those resolved. We hadn't talked since last week, so I'm glad to hear from you again. Linda, it's 4:20. It's the high holiday, if you will. I think it's Earth Day as well. Is Earth Day the 20th or the 22nd?
I want to say it is today, but we can double check on that. I do enjoy Earth Day, by the way. I'm an avid recycler, if you must know.
I just took out the recycling right before we started the show this morning. Don't make fun of me. But, Brett Suter would not want to hear about it, but I drink out of a lot of plastic bottles, but they do get recycled right back into the recycling. Yes. So, all right. Well, enough of that. We don't want you recycling your shirts. We want you to get brand new clothing. Where are we going to get it from, Linda?
I was just going to mention something in that regard. You would go to collarandelbowbrand.com. As always, check out the latest and greatest in wrestling, street fashions, and to save a little money, use promo code LindaK. That's LINDAKAY and save 10% off your order.
Yeah, nice. Well, I feel like that promo was recycled, but it wasn't. No, seriously, 10% off with Linda K. We got a little bit of news. Nothing recycled here. First off, there's talk on FTR and their contracts expiring in AEW. Well, that talk is baloney. It's haberdash. It's not true. If FTR's contracts were expiring and there was an AEW option on it, they are definitely picking that up. So currently, FTR, who are the AAA and ROH World Tag Team Champions, will be sticking around in AEW. They are the hottest they have ever been. They're literally the face of tag team wrestling right now in professional wrestling, regardless of RK Bro holding titles, regardless of the Usos holding titles. It's FTR. They are holding it down when it comes to tag team wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, there was no way their contract would not get renewed. There would be no way there wouldn't be talks to keep that tremendous tag team on AEW. As you mentioned, they are the face of the tag team division.
Yeah, and again, not just in AEW.
As a whole.
Yeah, they're the face of tag team wrestling right now. They're leading the resurgence in tag team wrestling. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Linda, when we had our weekend down in WrestleMania, down in Dallas, we both had, after that Saturday, we're not going tonight. I mean, we're exhausted. So we went back to the house. Everybody watched the WrestleMania and said, we'll go tomorrow. The only thing that I was worried about was, did I miss my chance to see Stone Cold Steve Austin? Well, little did we know when we went with your friend Allison as well, and the other 70,000 people that were in attendance on Sunday at WrestleMania. Little did we know that Austin would appear again, stunning Mr. McMahon, stunning Pat McAfee, stunning Byron Saxton, all that other good stuff. Austin interviewed recently, says, you know what? I am wide open for WrestleMania 39. Vince, call me. I'm not booking myself, but he says he's 100% healthy again, and he's ready to go again.
Isn't that wild?
I'm stoked. I'm stoked.
Yeah, I mean, just his return after all those years, and what a huge impact he made at Mania both nights, and now to learn just from his own words, him saying how healthy he is, how great he is, how ready he is to continue this annual. If it's just annual, maybe it might be biannual, maybe it could be quarterly, but for now, if it is just the annual
door's not closed anymore.
Right. If it is just that annual appearance at WrestleMania, that would be tremendous. I mean, just think Undertaker as well. Like once a year.
I'd be okay with it too. Taker, obviously, I think is a no, even though I want it. I think it's a no. I think Taker's still.
I meant like, just doing the WrestleMania.
Oh,
appearance.
Sure. Yeah. But I mean, Austin says he's ready to get physical again in the ring. And I can't believe it. Here we are 20 years since, he quote unquote retired. This year he wrestled in the ring for the first time in 19 years, and 20 years later, he's talking about, I'd be happy to do it again at WrestleMania 39 as well. I mean, the man loves the business. We haven't got to it yet on this program, but the Bully Ray, Stone Cold Steve Austin Broken Skull session episode is now airing on the Peacock Network. I've got about a half hour to 45 minutes in of it, It's amazing. Oh my God, is it amazing? So go ahead and check that out. Let's switch gears here and talk Ring of Honor. We did just mention the Briscoes, the current ROH Tag Team Champions. Sinclair was still airing broadcasts of Ring of Honor until this last weekend. The last show that they put on, the historic final show that Sinclair Broadcasting put on for Ring of Honor, had 3 matches. The 2011 Roderick Strong Eddie Edwards match, a Jay Briscoe and Jay Lethal match from 2015, plus Jonathan Grisham and Dak Draper from 2021. Linda, we had a little kind of, I wouldn't say a handshake deal, but PWR, the Pro Wrestling Report, was somewhat involved with Sinclair Broadcasting as well.
Absolutely. I mean, to those who knew, we had our weekly Saturday night PWR primetime show airing every Saturday night, and in Milwaukee, in the Milwaukee market, it was via Sinclair Broadcasting. And you know what preceded PWR primetime?
Oh, that would have been Ring of Honor Wrestling.
Yes. So that was a huge deal for us in that, we rolled in right after Ring of Honor Wrestling. So you have those who want to watch some pro wrestling, tremendous pro wrestling, followed up by the Pro Wrestling Report. What a time that was. And I know you and I spoke just shortly offline about this, but we both just reminisced about those awesome Ring of Honor shows in Milwaukee at the Turner Hall Ballroom.
Yeah, those were amazing. Again, it was unbelievable to think that, we were at this event or that event, and, just the history of the stuff that we've done and seen and been at. And we've got years and decades left of shows to see. So the Sinclair Broadcasting Ring of Honor relationship officially now over. And when Tony Khan purchased Ring of Honor Wrestling, apparently there was no deal in place to continue putting the content on the air. I think Sinclair wants out of wrestling.
Well, I mean, we're already getting, the bits and pieces of ROH, recurring more and more via AEW. So
right.
So far so good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I was really curious on how much Ring of Honor would be shown.
Kind of shown and featured. Hey,
yes.
While we're talking about it, let me ask you, from Battle of the Belts on Saturday night, your thoughts on Dalton and his Ring of Honor heavyweight championship match opportunity. The boys and the Peacock and all that other stuff. Wow. This is the first time this guy's been on national TV like this, and he looked amazing.
Well, we also had an octopus. So, yeah,
yep.
Jonathan Gresham. Yeah, no, tremendous star as well. That was something I didn't realize I wanted to see as well. I mean, of course I wanted to see it, but I didn't realize how much I would be into that match. Great to see the ROH title being put on this huge platform via AEW's Battle of the Belts. But I will mention, I know you and Matthew talked about Dalton Castle and what a star he was on Battle of the Belts, but I will also mention the boys, like the 2 specific boys. Those guys, I know from OVW. When I started at OVW last year, they were the current OVW Tag Team Champions. That would be the Tate Twins. So nice. Great to see some former colleagues doing their thing as well. And you and I always talk. Great to see everyone working when they can and doing a tremendous job at that. They were fun to watch as well.
Always happy to see everybody working somewhere, getting a job, getting a paycheck. Let's talk about more folks that are learning the business and learning how to get a paycheck. NXT was on last night. Now, Linda, NXT still says 2.0 in the background on the signage. They still have it hanging around the arena, but obviously NXT 2.0 not mentioned in the guide or, the channel listing or whatever. So it's a weird time for NXT. But they started off the show last night with the new tag team champions, Fandango and Tyler Breeze. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. No, they're called Pretty Deadly. Kit Wilson and Elton Prince. And I did that on purpose because nothing against Kit Wilson and Elton Prince, but tell me that Pretty Deadly aren't Fandango and Breezango. That's what they look like to me.
They're British.
They're British. But, I mean, it's just a newer version, a 2.0 version of Breezango.
Definitely see the similarities. But other things I do like that make them stand out from the fashion police, if you will.
Okay.
They have really long pretty hair. Their attire is a little different. Might I add? I was
Ooh,
looking at their attire and I was thinking, man, I want to borrow those clothes.
can I ask you this? Because Matthew
Yes.
kind of failed me on this one, and Linda, I think you're the person to ask on this. Those tops that they wear. Did you ever see School of Rock with
Parts.
Jack Black? Ugh.
I know of the movie.
The rock star guy at the end had that same leather top on where it's just all shoulders and then the rest is all cut out. He's got nothing else on. That's what they're wearing. It's the exact same thing. Go back and watch School of Rock.
I think I have a top like that as well.
Oh, me too. That's what I wear when I'm out barbecuing.
Oh, very nice. I will say though, I know Matthew has said they're his new favorite tag team at NXT. They're not quite my favorites yet. I'm still a big fan of the Creed brothers right now, but I definitely enjoy them. I think they are, the putting the belts on them right now is a great call. They are creating quite a scene there at NXT in the States. But pretty
Okay.
deadly. I'm digging them. They bring some entertainment value, and I love that.
Promo with the grizzled young veterans.
Who are they?
The grizzled young veterans? Oh, they're from NXT UK as
no,
well.
I believe they're now Drake and.
Well, they're the grizzled young veterans. I don't care what WWE is going to do about changing names over and over again.
Well,
it's Gibson and Drake. I understand that. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yes, but yes, the former grizzled young veterans.
And they're still wearing their soccer hooligan scarves on as well. So it's not like they changed their gimmick at all. Well, the tag teams disappear as Braun Breaker enters the ring, because during this whole promo, they show Braun Breaker making his way looking for Joe Gacy. Remember last week, we had Joe Gacy put Rick Steiner's Hall of Fame ring. Remember, they acknowledged that that's Braun Breaker's dad now. Rick Steiner's Hall of Fame ring in the campfire, and then he took it out and put it on his ring while it's melting him, because he's into that, I guess. So, but Braun Breaker is looking for Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy's voice echoing throughout the building. He says, "Come and find me." Like, uh-oh. The second I heard "come and find me," we weren't going to have yakety sax playing again. Or, like Wile E. Coyote. Yeah. Yeah, that's yakety sax, the song yakety sax from Benny Hill. But, I mean, it just felt like it was shenanigans all over again. But we didn't get that. We got it in a different form.
Right. And this was something that continued throughout the entire show, but I was okay with that. We were building to something. Will Braun find his father, or will he be set up in a trap, or will he be getting to go face to face with Gacy? Will the ring come into play? Will it be steaming hot again?
Steaming hot. I dropped something that was steaming hot.
Yeah. But no, the whole mind games that is Gacy. So having his face,
like I said, it went a little
screen,
bit better. It went a little bit better than like I said, I don't know if you knew that song from Benny Hill. It's called Yakety Sax. Folks, I feel like if you're under the age of 30, you might not know who the hell Benny Hill is. Google it.
I do it, and it was something my dad watched a lot, so I did see a lot of Benny Hill growing up. I may not have understood everything.
Right.
I know exactly.
The great thing about Benny Hill was it was on PBS, okay? And it was British humor, English humor that had nudity in it. So as a 10-year-old kid watching Benny Hill in 1980, it was, did you see that? And it was a lot of, well, let me just
shenanigans.
Let me throw it out there. Dick and fart jokes with nudity. So 10-year-old Meathead was into that. And it was on PBS, so it wasn't censored. Mm-hmm. Let's get back to the grizzled young veterans. And, while Braun Breaker's looking for his dad, he hears an audio playing of his father congratulating him. He keeps looking, and then he finds a tablet that just says the same audio over and over and over. Shenanigans, games. New tag team building, by the way. Indy Hartwell and Persia Perota, their men are making a tag team. It's Dexter Loomis and Duke Hudson. Do you like this so far, Dexter and Duke?
Yeah, it's been a slow build. They used to not like each other, and then the women, I just think to the dual celebration in ring. Yeah. I think that's something that brought both couples together, especially the guys. Obviously, Indy and Persia were already a tag team. You know, they had their little spiffs about their men and whatnot. But this has brought them together. What I just wonder, will it ever come out about Indy and Duke's past? Because they kind of tiptoed around that. But right now, seeing Dexter and Duke as a team, I like it. I think they're working well together.
I want to know if those two couples have game night, like at the house every once in a while. I need to see video of that. They're playing Uno one night, or Parcheesi, or Tiddlywinks, or dominoes, or they're just hanging around a card table. Twister. Oh, nice. And I could see Dexter Loomis playing Twister and just making a face while he's contorted into a pretzel.
He doesn't have to say anything with that.
Right. Well, you got to learn how to read his face. I mean, so hey. I want to give props and kudos to something last night. You know who looks like a star? Sangha.
Mm-hmm.
That guy looks like an Indian Braun Strowman.
Didn't realize how much of a showing we'd get from him and this soon, because it seems like sometimes when an insurance policy protector, bodyguard, if you will, gets introduced, it takes a minute. It takes quite a while.
Right. Well, he got fired last week.
Well, I mean, get their in-ring debuts, their in-ring action, just something to steer away from the person who brought them in, I guess. Right. No, we got to see him give quite a good beatdown on Waller. However, he still didn't get the win, but that's okay. We got to see what he could do in the NXT ring.
Now, they won't bring him up right away. I don't think there's any room for him unless he goes to SmackDown, because you have Veer. And the way the WWE thinks, you can't have two Indian-looking guys doing the same thing over and over. But you could put him on SmackDown, or you could let it wait. But that Sangha looks like a star.
Yeah. He didn't even have to speak either. We saw it all in the ring.
And Grayson Waller already looked like a star. And Grayson Waller's got that punchable face, so he'll make a great heel on whatever brand he goes to. Mm-hmm. Grayson Waller wins against Sangha. I'd like to talk about the vignette for Roxanne Perez, the former Roxy. Okay. Roxy, she used to be in Ring of Honor. She grew up playing the video games, right? And this speaks to me. I don't care how old I am. It speaks to me. I've always played the games outside or played the video games. You always want to try to be. I like this, but I don't want her to get pigeonholed by this either. So when they said she was debuting next week, and then they interviewed her backstage and said, how about with Toxic Attraction? How about we do it right now? Wow. Okay. I just don't want to continue to hear the video game references for the following weeks. Well, she leveled up, or she earned an extra character, or that's bonus points. I don't know about you, Linda.
I don't think that has to be done next week. We got that last night as far as the introduction of her via NXT.
She got introduced right to the top of the women's division.
I mean, and facing the current NXT women's champions as well. That's a great debut in my eyes, and her still getting a match a week prior to her actual debut. I don't think we need to see the video game vignette again to answer your question. I think that we can just focus on her getting, I'm jumping ahead here, but getting that win while assisted perhaps.
That's okay.
Or a distraction may have contributed to that. But hey, I can see her facing Gigi next week.
Yeah, I can see it coming too. And they got Spring Break-In in a couple weeks, which just basically was announced. So Spring Break-In is going to be a special NXT type show. From the opening segment, we didn't mention it, but Legado del Fantasma also involved in the tag team shenanigans, and what it led to was a match between grizzled young veterans and Legado del Fantasma. God, they look good. You know what? DJ Zima. Yeah, he's come a long way, and I'm really excited to see him. Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro having come out with them, Santos, Escobar, and Electra Lopez. Santos Escobar looks like a star too. That guy, I don't want to break up Legado del Fantasma, but he should be up on one of the main brands because he's a star and he can talk.
Yeah. No, I've liked them from the start, and I was just thinking about this watching last night's episode about how they were heels, but just the crowd reacting. There wasn't really something that really made them turn to be faces or
Right.
turn, you know what I'm saying? No, but I mean, hey, the crowd chanting Legado. Yeah.
Right. They're over. I mean,
Yeah.
they've done it. They've got it. Now, WWE are funny sometimes. They don't want certain people to get over. And if they find that you get over, they're going to put you down and make you lose and take you out of it. I mean, again, we mentioned Damian Sandow once already this morning. Let's mention him again. Dude was getting super over with The Miz, and he was starting to outshine The Miz, and they yanked him and fired him.
Yeah. I'm not sure what would happen with Legato, but right now they are definitely the top faction. Yeah, I
I
would
think so.
say even, or I mean, Toxic Attraction are the champions, but this
Right.
moment in time, I feel Legado de Fantasma is the top one right now. And, you know, we're getting a lot of not just matches out of them, I mean, even Elektra as well. We're getting segments backstage, outside of matches, at ringside, and of course, the numerous matches as well.
So after Legado del Fantasma win the match, Escobar jumps on the microphone and tells Tony D'Angelo how to watch a true leader handle business and look out for after he's done with Carmelo Hayes. They go back to celebrating. Now there's a singles match afterwards, and Santos Escobar versus Carmelo Hayes. And two guys in suits and ties whack the knees of Santos Escobar, and the winner of the match is Carmelo Hayes. Now, after the match, Hayes standing tall as they go to replay. Trick and Hayes, Trick Williams is there as well, and mentions that in 2 weeks there's going to be an NXT Championship match. Here comes Solo. Solo attacks Carmelo and Trick, and then points his way at Cameron Grimes. We got a three-way announced. It'll be Carmelo Hayes trying to be the two-time NXT champion, Solo Sikoa, and Cameron Grimes. I got to say this. Matthew and myself, and you as well, have been kind of pounding the table saying how much we love Cameron Grimes, we're ready for it. I think they've cleaned up Cameron Grimes too much. I need to get back to dirty Cameron Grimes. You know, the one with the long hair, the one with the unkept beard, the one with the chest hair flying out from a leather vest. You know, he looks too shined up to me.
He looks great, but
he looks great, but it's not the character anymore.
Yeah, and he is still coming out to the song of when he raised the money and to the moon.
Right.
I do miss that Cameron Grimes as well. I love that he is the North American champion right now, but you know, they're putting this three-way in 2 weeks. I'm not sure if that might change because but the fact that there is a lot of attention to that belt, it is as Carmelo said, the A. Well, he was the A champion. Yeah.
But he lost a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Natalya, Natty, taking on Tatum Paxley. She's got a big match coming up next week against Cora Jade.
Yeah. I do like how real life kind of comes into play here, or at least, you know, with the photos of the receipts, if you will, to show like Cora, she was that show. She met her idol, you know, a couple years back and got that picture. But I do like where she tore the picture, even just the subtleties of her stepping on
rip in half and step on her face.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm liking this. It's making me root for Cora more too, just because you want to see, you know, just I love that interaction they had last week, and then the future is bleak and that big smack. Like, oh, this is good. I want to see this between her and Eddie.
We had asked last week what was going to happen with Wes Lee, because Wes Lee was a former NXT Tag Team Champion, had the belt stripped off of him. Well, he's here and he's working, and took on Zion Quinn. And you know, his promo lacked a little bit. But, I mean, you got to understand, he's in a weird spot. Zion Quinn gets the win. Big running elbow strike to get the pin. After the match, Quinn stands tall over Lee. Is Wes Lee going to be jobbed out until it's cutting time?
I don't think so. I think we're getting this Lee right now of, you know, he was saying he's just questioning everything, or if he's like doubting himself. I don't know. I think that was verbatim by any means, but him not having, or at least appearing just lacking confidence and just being really unsure about what the future holds for him, and him even not even wearing his former attire with MSK. I mean, I'm sure they want to drop that
They're
right
trying to
now.
drop the
You're
name and
right.
the team. It's gone.
Yeah. I mean, he could have still just worn anything else. He was wearing a Performance Center shirt. So I'm thinking this is just a rebuilding as far as the character goes. We're gonna see
Yep.
him down in the dumps for a
It's one of
bit,
those resets.
losing.
It's one of those
Reset. Thank
resets.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Linda, you've worked in radio before. When a certain radio station that you were at and that I loved my entire life, just like any radio station, when they do a format change, what do? Like the weekend before, they just play anything over the weekend.
The
It's a
Jack format.
Yep, it's a reset. And then that Monday morning, they said, "Here's what we're doing. This one's gone. Now this is the thing." They do that all the time. So you'll be tuned into your regular rock station going, "Why am I listening to this?" That's when a format change is coming.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a great euphemism, and reset is, I think, the right word right now. It's what's happening to Wesley.
Yep. So that's why it's just wearing a Performance Center t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Roxanne Perez taking on NXT Women's Tag Team Champion JC Jane. Due to up on the screen, a little distraction, if you will, from Wendy Chu, the sleepy wrestler. Wendy Chu says, "Hey, look, it's Toxic Lounge. I've been doing some remodeling." And then she just tore up the whole area. Roll up, pin. Roxanne hit a destroyer. Roxanne defeats one half of the tag team champions in her debut.
Yeah. Huge debut. And a week prior. That was cool to see. It's nice to see, when all the titles are with one particular group in one particular faction, excuse me. It's fun to see some type of shenanigans where they're the champions. They shouldn't lose,
Right.
let alone to, somebody new on.
They have to get knocked
NXT.
down once in a while, though.
Yeah. So I did like that. I like, you see the little hissy fits, just that's just some fun stuff there. But like I said, I think this is where Roxy will be facing Gigi next week.
Legado del Fantasma was leaving the Performance Center, heading to the SUV, and there's a boot on the wheel, and there's a big dead fish on the hood. You mess with the Don of NXT, you sleep with the fishes. I don't know if Legado del Fantasma caught on to that, but we were led to believe that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, we did see him, D'Angelo, that is, outside asking if that was Legado's car. So pretty sure I was Tony D'Angelo.
At least it wasn't a dead horse's head in his bed.
Yes. But no, I want to see those goons, what their relation is. I know it's just alleged right now, but their relation with Tony D'Angelo as well. Will they have that crowbar back out? Will they attack another member?
Probably.
Tasma as well.
NXT Tag Team Titles match, Duke Hudson and Dexter Loomis. And by the way, Duke Hudson didn't wear the jeans that Indy was trying to size up for him. I'm a little disappointed. Taking on Pretty Deadly for the titles. And the winner of the match, Pretty Deadly, they get the win. Duke went to tag Wilson, but Loomis pulled him off her apron, and then Loomis launching Wilson. This allowed the Prince to deliver a boot and roll up on Hudson for the win. I don't know how long they're going to stay at tag team, but you know what? I really think that this was a great match, and I'd like to see more Dexter Loomis on TV. That's just me. I enjoy Dexter Loomis. But let's talk about the finish here. Joe Gacy says that he's done hiding from Braun, and he announces that he's in the ring. So it's the main event segment after the match ended. Braun, if you want the ring, come and get it. The whole reason he took the ring was to get an NXT title shot. Okay, cool. How did Braun not just destroy this guy? Literally, he went up there and did nothing. That threw me off big time. He has that much control over him that he didn't attack him right away while he was standing there. He kidnapped his father, and he didn't do anything. And then at the end, he goes, "Now that I got my title match, there's just one more thing you need to do." What was it? Do a trust fall? What was the phrase that he said? It was something like that. Yeah, you need to...
leap of faith or something.
You need a leap of faith. There you go. And then what was with the hooded men standing over Braun Breaker at the end?
Well, I do believe that Braun approached Gacy and didn't go right at him because I think the mind games were already working on him. As we mentioned, there were different vignettes or different parts of throughout the entire episode where we saw Gacy's face on all the screens. We saw the mirrors the tape recordings, and now
Okay.
you see like these men in the cloaks. Like, you've watched Saw, right? You're like horror.
I'm not. I did
Maybe.
not see that. Nope, I did
Okay.
not.
Yes, I can. Maybe you don't like gore, but I'm a big fan of
Orgwar.
ah. Yes, I am a big fan of horror movies. I don't mind seeing some of the gory ones, but Saw, that whole series, I did really, really enjoy, but more so for the mind, the psychological gains in that. So watching NXT last night, it made me think a little bit about that. So there were some tie-ins with that. So I'm thinking that Braun just didn't do anything because he was already, I don't want to say brainwashed, but kind of just his mind was so manipulated at
Okay.
that point. All he was focused on was getting that ring, because in his mind, if he gets that ring, he'll find his father and not get pushed down into the depths of the
I guess. Okay.
those cloaked men that were taking
Yeah.
him to hell.
But
I'm
already.
not sure.
I mean, it's not that it's a high fall because Vince McMahon did it and he showed Rob Gronkowski how to do it. So I mean, we know that fall. We've seen that before on WrestleMania. So who knows? But that was NXT for last night. It was fun to watch. There's obviously some weird stuff that happens on occasion there that maybe I kind of rub my eyes and wonder if I'm really watching this. But overall, I enjoyed watching NXT tonight on AEW Dynamite. We've got a ton of matches coming up. We went over them yesterday with Matthew in the morning coming up on AEW tonight. But I mean, there's like CM Punk and Dustin Rhodes. I mean, there's all sorts of just great wrestling matches coming up tonight on Dynamite.
Yeah, super excited to see what will take place tonight. Yeah, we've had a lot of AEW just this past weekend as well, and hey, ready to see more tonight. I do believe tomorrow morning you'll have Matthew again to recap Dynamite.
Yes.
But I will say I was going to bring this up to Matthew as well. But you know what is this upcoming Monday morning, Meathead?
This coming Monday morning. What's happening this coming Monday morning?
It will be PWR today's 500th episode.
What? Who did the math? You did the math?
Well,
The
it says
interns?
it'll say number 500 on the any podcast
Wow.
platform you watch. Maybe some of these we should make a watching
Well, there's going to be a
format.
video coming up for the draft soon, so we'll work on that.
Yeah, so I was just jumping ahead on that because I know you have Matthew on the next 2 days, but I will say, I will be partaking in some shows coming up, and one recently I just found out I'll be a part of. It's taking place this Sunday, Meathead.
Okay. What's going on?
It's going to be a show with BTW, Big Time Wrestling out of the East Coast,
Yep.
in part with Great Lakes Championship Wrestling right here in
Oh,
Wisconsin.
co-op.
Yes, it's going to be a show featuring the Hardys. It's going to be in the Chicagoland area in Homer Glen, Illinois. It's going to be a matinee show this Sunday, April 24th.
Nice.
There's going to be the meet and greet starting at noon, bell time 2:30. If you're in that area, come check it out. I will be ring announcing this one. Super stoked for it. Of course, we'll have the Hardys there. It's they're going to be facing the former Ascension. We're going to have Jay Lethal against Penta El Cielo Miedo, and a ton of other matches. But keep in mind, those in the Milwaukee area, Saturday, May 7th, will be the BTW GLCW show with the Hardys as well. I think the man they call Meathead
might even be in the building on that one. Hey, that's Blizzard Brawl country right there.
Mm-hmm. And then the weekend after that, Sunday, May 15th, GLCW and Control Your Narrative doing a co-op show as well. And that one at Circle B, GLCW's home arena, if you will.
I can't tell you how long it's been since I've been to the Circle B. I mean,
here's your chance again.
Honestly, Linda, I think the last time I was at Circle B, Damian and I did an interview with Bobby Heenan. Oh, wow. That's how long that's been. I also was challenged. I remember clearly now. I was challenged to the 10 cracker challenge in 1 minute. I don't know why I thought I could do it. I could not do it. It was at the minute 10. You know what I'm talking about? The 10 crackers where you got to chew 10 saltine crackers without drinking any water and whistle before a minute's up.
No, I honestly have never heard of that.
I failed. 1 minute, 10 seconds.
So close.
So close.
But yeah. So blizzardbrawl.com for any GLCW show info, or with those big time wrestling shows, you can get those tickets and info at btwtickets.com. But of course, partner here with GLCW, Dave Popcorn Night Hero doing his thing.
Nice. Yeah, I need to stop on by the Knight's Popcorn again. It's more of that caramel corn with the cashews in it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Linda. Thank you for stopping by. We'll talk to Matthew tomorrow morning. So for Linda Cave, the man that called me, hey, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. So long, everyone.